Hello. So, good morning. It's Monday. I am just about to head out the door to my weekly research group meeting. We have a meeting every week at 10 a.m. on Monday. And yeah, after that I have some downtime before my classes. And then I have power semiconductors, and then the class that I'm TAing for. And then office hours until 6. So, yeah, Mondays are always long days, but that's fine.
Two hours later.
Well, I'd say that meeting went well. Yeah, I got to present my latest readings, and that was good. I'm thinking that I'm starting to narrow down on a topic for a master's thesis, which is pretty nice. Yeah. Right now, I am in the classroom for my next class. It's about an hour and a half beforehand, but I'd just like to come here super early so I can have a nice quiet place to eat lunch and do some homework before class. So I guess I'll get to that. Well, I'm done with my classes for the day now, and I'm in my office hours, which, since no one ever shows up, basically just means I get 2 hours to do homework. Very exciting homework due tomorrow. This class is difficult. Well, today is Wednesday. I'm just heading to class. It's like a little afternoon, but this evening we have a little research group barbecue party thing, so it's gonna be fun. Well, that was good. That was a good time. Just hanging out with the people from the research group and eating a lot of really good food. Like, man, I'm so glad that I am the diversity hire in this group. Because there's so much good Pakistani and Indian and Chinese food. Oh, so tasty. So it's Friday night, and it is a rather dreary and overcast and drizzly evening. So I'm gonna make something a little special for dinner tonight. What I have here is half a stick of butter that I've let melt down and start to get all brown and nutty and toasty and separate. I've just barely started that process, and what I have right here is a couple cloves of garlic and a quarter of a rather large onion. Now that this has gone from melting and sizzling to, well, popping and browning a little bit, I'm just going to dump these right in. There, so these are in, and I'm going to let them saute and get nice and soft in this beautiful, slowly browning butter. I'm just going to cook it slowly. Let the onion do its thing and start to disintegrate. And probably with some salt, because salt is good. Now here I have a beautiful bunch of cherry tomatoes. Of course they don't have to be multicolored, but I felt fancy when I went to the store. So, got these. What I'm going to do is just cut these in half. And then, once they are all done, I'm going to throw them in the pan. So here is my halved box of cherry tomatoes. And here are what the onions look like right now. They're about where I want them. They're soft and starting to get a little bit of color. And the whole apartment just smells absolutely heavenly. And so this is about what I want. I can start to smell the butter browning, and the garlic and onions are starting to get all soft and sweet, which is perfect. So now, I'm going to slowly add my tomatoes, so I don't throw hot butter everywhere. And now that the tomatoes are in, I'm going to go ahead and lower the heat to, about a 2.5, 3. I'm going to toss these around, and I'm going to let this cook down. Now it's going to take a good while for these tomatoes to really cook down and release a lot of their liquid. Last time I made this, it was around 40 minutes. So just keep that in mind if you want to make this at home. It takes a good bit, but I think it's well worth it. About halfway through, you're going to want to go ahead and put your pasta on the boil. And then, yeah, we can go from there. I'll meet you when this sauce is ready. So it's been maybe 20 minutes, and already I'm sure you can tell that there's a big difference in our sauce right here. The tomatoes have given up a lot of moisture, and the butter has browned even further. We got just some beautiful smells coming from this thing. And I have some water boiling over here, so I'm going to put the pasta in. Yes, it's half-length pasta. Oh well. So the idea is we are going to cook this pasta until it's almost done, because what we want to do is finish it in the sauce. Yeah. And with this sauce, what we're going to do is come in and try and help some of these tomatoes break down by just squishing them. You come in and you squish them, and that really helps speed up the breakdown process here. Yeah. And then this should reduce down, get rid of a lot of the water in the tomatoes, and it's going to be a beautiful sauce. So, here's our sauce. See, it's looking much more like a sauce now that all the tomatoes are crushed up, which is awesome. Our pasta is about where we want it. Right, just a couple minutes shy of finished. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab it directly from here and put it into the sauce. because we want a lot of pasta water for this sauce. That's kind of one of the main parts. Because we're going to take the beautiful brown butter and emulsify it with the nice starchy pasta water and get this just luxurious sauce. Okay. I'm already making a mess. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to take this nice, beautiful, starchy pasta water. Ooh, I'm going to need to go back in and grab those guys. But I'm going to pour maybe half a cup in there to start. And yeah, it looks a little watery right now. That's going to boil off really quickly because we have a nice shallow pan here. And eventually it'll become just the most wonderful sauce ever. Now, at this point, I am going to add just a whole ton of parsley right here, because I like parsley. And I want it to get a little bit of heat before I eat it. So, just a little parsley. I'll probably add a little more on top at the end. But yeah, you just gotta stir it up and be patient, and eventually the sauce will come down to something wonderful. So here she is. As you can see, the sauce is already thickened up substantially, and just, oh man, I love this dish. I freaking love this dish because it's so simple and relatively easy to make. And, well, brown butter makes everything taste good. So, yeah. And just, when you pull your pasta up and you don't see a big puddle of water underneath, that's when you know you're done. So, I'm going to go ahead, kill the heat here, and attempt to plate up. So here she is. This is probably my favorite thing that I've learned how to cook while away at grad school so far, and it's just wonderful. This is my cherry tomato pasta. I'll be sure to leave a link to the original video where I learned about this idea down in the description. But yeah, let's taste it. Oh man. I love this stuff. Oh. It's got wonderful sweet tomato notes and lots of beautiful nutty brown butter to complement that. Please do yourself a favor and make this for yourself. So, that's another week of this little grad school vlog. I hope you guys have all enjoyed. I know I have. There was a lot of stuff that I recorded this week, and so I had to cut a lot of it. I don't know, maybe I'll make a shorter video to go up at some point, including some of that stuff. But, yeah, again, thank you for watching. Do the YouTube thing and like and subscribe. I'll see you next week.